GCSE Maths video, we're looking at how to do indice laws. Now this is what takes indice laws from being a foundation topic to a higher tier topic, and by the end of the video, literally within 5 minutes, all 8 of these questions should be really easy for you. Okay, so let's start off over here. Now when you have 2 cubed, this is the easy one. You all should know that's just 2 times 2 times 2, right? And that gives you 8. But then when you have a fraction, such as 3 over 5 all squared, this seems to throw a lot of people off, but it's actually really easy. You do 3 squared, which is 9, and then you do 5 squared, which is 25. So you just square each one individually. Okay, so when we look at our questions up here then, we can see that 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3, which just becomes 27. And then this one, 7 squared is 49, 8 squared is 64. So we've done both of those. Okay, so now we're going to look at what happens if the power itself is negative. So for example, if we had 8 to the minus 2, or 3 over 5 to the minus 3. Now when it's a negative, we don't like negatives, so we're going to get rid of them straight away. So in order to get rid of this minus 2, we're going to flip the 8 upside down. That might sound really weird, but when you flip 8 upside down, it becomes 1 over 8. And by flipping it to go from 8 to 1 over 8, you've turned the power from minus 2 to positive 2. And then if you square each one, 1 squared is 1, and 8 squared on the bottom is 64. You just square each of them individually. So then the bottom one, 3 over 5 to the minus 3. Once again, we don't like minuses, so we're going to flip it upside down. So 3 over 5, flipped upside down, becomes 5 over 3. And then we want to cube everything. So it goes from being a negative 3 to a positive 3. 5 cubed is 125, and 3 cubed is 27. Okay. Right, where do we go from there? Well, our next step we want to do is look at these ones up here. So 9 to the minus 2. So let's flip 9 upside down. So that becomes 1 over 9. That's taken the minus 2 from being negative to positive. 1 squared is 1, and 9 squared is 81. Then this one, we don't really want a negative, so we're going to flip it upside down to become 5 over 3 to the power of positive 3. We flipped this, which turns it from negative 3 to positive 3. 5 cubed is 125, and 3 cubed is 27. Okay, now, we're on the second page. There's actually only one new thing you need to know here, and that's what happens when the power is a fraction. So 125 to the power of 2 over 3. When you have a fraction as your power, we don't like fractions, so we always want to try and get rid of the bottom number. If it's a 3 on the bottom, you would cube root. So because it's a 3 on the bottom, we're going to cube root 125. So if it's a 2 on the bottom, we're going to square root 25. So let's do that. So the cube root of 125 is 5. That gets rid of the 3, but we still have that 2 to deal with. And 5 squared is just 25. On this one, we get rid of the 2 by square rooting. So the square root of 25 is 5. That's got rid of the 2. We still have the 1 to deal with. And 5 to the power of 1 is just 5. So these questions should now be really easy, right? Because we have a 3 on the bottom. So once again, we cube root 125. That gives us, if we do it in green, that gives us 5. We've got rid of a 3. It's still to the power of 2. 5 squared is 25. Okay, this one. We don't like fractions, so we're going to get rid of the 2 by square rooting 9 and square rooting 4. The square root of 9 is 3. The square root of 4 is 2. That gets rid of a 2, and it's the power of positive 3. 3 cubed is 27, and 2 cubed is 8. Okay, there's actually nothing new that we need to learn anymore, because these bottom questions just put all of it together. So it's a negative and a fraction. It's both of the 2 new bits we've looked at. So remember, we don't like negatives. So we get rid of the minus by flipping 16. So 16, if you flip it, becomes 1 over 16. And that turns it from a negative a half to a positive a half. On the bottom, we have a 2. We want to get rid of that. So because it's a 2, we square root. The square root of 1 is 1. And the square root of 16 is 4. That's now to the power of 1. And 1 over 4 to the power of 1 is just 1 over 4. Okay, for the last one. 27 over 8 to the power of minus 2 over 3. Get rid of the minus by flipping it to get 8 over 27. And that turns the negative 2 over 3 into a positive 2 over 3. We then cube root, because it's a 3 on the bottom. So a cube root of 8 is 2. Cube root of 27 is 3. Once again, that's got rid of this 3 here, but we still have the 2. 2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. And that is how you do indice laws in GCSE Maths. You can check out our page and our website. We've got tons of questions in our indice laws exam pack. We've got challenge questions, grade 8 and 9 right at the end as well. I'll see you in the next video.